Hola muchachos, welcome back to my channel. We have my clothes behind me and I'm so stoked to get on with this video. This is something I've been wanting to do, not just to film for you guys, but to do for myself. I'm huge into decluttering and minimalism, and one of the ways that I really make it a huge part in my life is by focusing it on my wardrobe. So I do a capsule wardrobe. I absolutely love it. People capsule wardrobe different ways, but it's mostly described as a wardrobe that has 60 pieces or less in it. So for some people, they include their shoes, their outerwear, some people even their loungewear. For me, when it comes to my capsule wardrobe, I always include my outerwear as well as my shoes, but here I'm just showing you like my usual clothes that I wear on a daily basis, like shirts and sweaters, jeans, dresses. So I won't be showing you any of my outerwear or my shoes in this video, but let me know in a comment down below if you'd like to see maybe like my minimalist shoe collection. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of Vivo barefoot shoes. They're my absolute favorite. I've purchased a couple pairs. My husband has done so as well, and I would like to purchase a few more pairs before I did such a video. Vivo barefoot shoes is pretty much the healthiest shoe that you can put on your foot. It lets your foot open and move the way a foot should instead of really restricting it into like a small shoe box. So I do want to do that video for you guys, but if you do want to see it, let me know in a comment down below and I can kind of get rolling on things. But for now, today's video, I'm going to be decluttering my wardrobe. So about a month ago, I gave birth to my baby girl, Ellie. Thank you all for over 1 million views on my birth video. That's absolutely amazing and maybe even a little intimidating to know that so many people watched me give birth, but very empowering and cool. Thank you guys so much. But after having my baby girl, I realized that there are a lot of clothes that aren't me anymore. There are a lot of clothes that are maternity clothes or clothes that I would wear because I had a belly that don't suit me anymore because girl doesn't have much of a belly. We have a little bit of a belly, but not too much. Not a baby belly, you know what I mean. And also there's clothes that I just really haven't worn in a long time because of pregnancy that I just want to go through, either realize that yes, I still really like this, or maybe I can pass it on to someone else who will get more use out of it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for videos like this. And yes, I've been hearing all of you asking for more get ready with me videos, makeup application videos, and I will be doing those very, very soon because I miss those videos too. So those will be coming as well. Anyway, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So this is my entire wardrobe, not including my outerwear and my loungewear. Those I'm just gonna keep separate from this video. This is all of my shirts, all my sweaters and pants, as well as my maternity clothes. So we're gonna go through here. If you're just wondering where this rack is from, it's just from IKEA. It's their $19.99 rack, which is very, very affordable. This is pretty organized, and we're just gonna start at this end here are all my maternity clothes. I have my maternity dress that I actually didn't wear at all this pregnancy. I have my maternity tank tops. All of the tank tops I bought thrifted. They're originally from Time Maternity, and they do actually advertise them as something that you can wear after birth and you can nurse in them and stuff, but they're always just too big for me in the belly area. So I'm going to let go of my maternity clothes, and these are my maternity jeans. I really enjoyed these. These were also secondhand, but originally from Time Maternity. I like these because they were kind of distressed and cool for maternity jeans. I've had a lot of people, because you guys have been waiting for this closet declutter video, I've had a lot of people emailing me, like tons, saying that they are either pregnant or they want to get pregnant and they'll buy the clothes from me. I'm actually just going to donate them to the women's shelter and give a few pieces to my friend who just got pregnant. I think that it's really nice that you guys would like to take these off my hands, but I just encourage you to go look at some thrift stores, look on buying and selling websites. Sometimes there's a mom like me who's just getting rid of her entire maternity wardrobe. Go ahead and do your research, see what you can find for affordable maternity clothes. And next, moving on to a little bit of summer wear, I have this great romper, and it looks a little bit crazy, but this is from June Isle. It's an ethically made brand, and this is completely linen. I've just ironed it so it looks a little big and crazy, but you just loop the belt through here. It's really cute and casual. This is something I'm keeping keeping. I paid a lot of money for this, but I got so much use out of it last year, early summer. These are my only pair of shorts, actually. I bought these last summer and they're cute. I'm going to let these go because these are the most annoying things to wash, but they get so wrinkled in the wash, and you iron them and then you start wearing them, they get wrinkled within an hour of wearing them. So I'm gonna let these go. I have some beautiful summer tops. This is originally by Love Stitch. It's this beautiful, very loose, thin blouse with kind of embroidery detailing. I'm definitely keeping this, and I'm gonna keep this. This is originally by Scoby. I think I thrifted this. This has great tassels across the front and quite a long top, so I tuck it into things. You can wear it on the shoulder or off the shoulder. It's kind of really sexy and playful. Now moving on to some cardigans. I've had this one for years. I thrifted this forever ago. It's originally from Aritzia. It's made with silk and cashmere. I thrifted this for a couple bucks, you guys. It is a beautiful gray Aritzia cardigan. It has some pockets through here, and it's a little bit of like a waffle knit. This is one of my favorite pieces in my closet, so we're keeping it for sure. I also have this by BB Dakota. I like this, but I'm not crazy about it. But I love the color and the fit. But something about it, I'm just kind of like, I'm not too sure. And I think it's this kind of flowy piece in the front. I'm actually thinking of bringing this to a tailor and just getting the tailor to completely kind of chop this part off, because I love the shape in the back and I just want it to be cropped through the entire thing instead of have this flow in the front. And that's what you have to remember. Instead of seeing a piece and go, oh, I just don't like it, see if you can maybe tailor it to make you like it. If you don't think that's gonna work, please go ahead and donate it. But do whatever you can to keep beautiful pieces just continuing through your closet. Next, I have a little bit of a like plaid bustier cardigan top. This is something that's very versatile. I can just wear this as like a cardigan, totally unbuttoned, or you can button the whole thing up and tie a belt around it, and it's a really cute dress. This is from Roots, and I've had this for years again, and there's no way I'm getting rid of this. Moving on into some sweaters. This is originally from Aritzia, and I think I'm actually just going to pass this on, which I'm kind of shocked about. I'm just not as crazy about it as I once was, and I actually have a friend who I think would really like this sweater. It has an awesome hood in the back, and it's like a peachy pink color woven in with gray. I wear high-waisted like mom jeans 95% of the time, and to wear something that's very long looks really frumpy over those mom jeans, so I'm going for more cropped things. So I think that's kind of why I'm gonna let this piece go. I'm also, this sweater has a story. When I was pregnant with Ivy, I remember there was one point where I was crying on the couch because nothing fit me in my wardrobe and I was just feeling gross. My husband went to Roots and he bought a large cream colored sweater. It has huge pockets. This covered my belly. I could wear leggings with it and it would cover my bum, and I wore this all my pregnancies religiously. I usually cuff the sleeves, and this was such a beautiful piece for me, and I am going to let it go. I think I'm going to give it to my sister. I think she'd really enjoy this sweater. This was one of my splurges last year. This is originally by Nafe. I believe this is a brand made in Montreal. It is a beautiful gray cropped sweater, and because it was such a splurge, because I really liked it so much, and I think it's quite a timeless piece, girl gonna be keeping this for the rest of her life. This was thrifted. This is a Mexican sweater. I bought this from a little Mexican man at the thrift store years ago, and I mostly wear this for being outside, camping. I guess it kind of counts as outerwear, but I just love the look of it. It is so tribal and cool, and just the fact that I bought it from this Mexican man in the thrift store makes it seem really neato to me. This I want to get tailored. This is a maternity or a nursing sweater by the brand Boob. You heard me right. So it's a nursing sweater because on the sides it's completely open. So of course you'd wear like a tank top underneath, but it's just so you can get to yourself very easy. And I find that actually nice in a sweater. I don't need that so much for my tops. I can just kind of move them around and I can get to what I need to get to feed my baby. But when it comes to a sweater, it's nice to have something that's a little more free and open. But I do want to bring this in and see if they can crop it somehow. I know with a sweater, it's a little bit hard to tailor. So I'll just put this down here, for now, we're gonna bring that to the tailor. This I'm also gonna bring to the tailor. I think I got this from Winners. Yeah, my husband Kieran picked it out and he thought the color was great, and the idea behind this was, again, another sweater I could wear through the winter that would cover my pregnant belly, but it looks weird when I don't have a pregnant belly. So I'm gonna see again if they can crop this, because I love this blue, such a classic looking sweater. Okay, so moving on. I have, these are all my tops right here. My long sleeve tops. This one is by Kindred & Co. It's got this great, really casual ruffle on the front. I believe this is just like a cotton blend. And there's something about this, it's really comfortable, but it looks a little more chic because of the ruffle, and it just has a nice fit with my body. This is really cute. Another ruffle piece that's a little more fancy. This was bought locally. It's originally by the brand Soaked, but it has these great ruffles on the side. I think I've had this for maybe about a year now. I love this color. This soft pink is so beautiful. I also have this piece, and yes, it is a thong bodysuit. I pretty much wear this under tighter skirts that I just don't want a lot of underwear lines showing, or if I want a shirt that'll just be kind of easily tucked into my high-waisted jeans. This also thrifted, but it's originally by Uniqlo. I've heard of that store. Never shopped there because I know their stuff is made in sweatshops, but it is like a very short and like short sleeve, not in this sense, but in a sense it kind of comes to like here, like 3/4 length. But it's like a waffle, almost thermal type of fabric, and it's white. It's really basic, but it looks really cute, so we're definitely keeping that. Next is this top. It's by Jackson Lennon. I've had so many people asking me where I have got this top. Jackson Lennon, they're made in Canada, very beautiful, ethical brand. This is just a long sleeve top with some buttons down the front. It's pretty much a thermal looking top, but it's made with bamboo cotton, which is so soft. I also have this black top. It's shorter in the front and longer in the back, and the arms are so long and skinny, which I thought was really interesting. It also comes with thumb holes, which I do like. Next is this top. It's actually newer to my collection. This is from Roots originally. It is just a gray cashmere sweater with some white detailing. Really simple, and it's really easy to layer with. This is one of my favorite pieces. I got it for, I think, $1.50 from the thrift store. This is actually vintage. This is about 35 years old. It is in such great condition. It is a nice kind of densely packed cotton polyester blend. It's just really cute and pretty, and I enjoy this piece especially because it's vintage and thrifted. Next is another thrifted piece. This is originally by RD Style, and I love this piece because of the sleeves, and I think that's why I can't let it go. Other than the color, I think this mauve color is really beautiful. But these bell sleeves I've always loved. I remember being maybe 8 years old and getting my first bell sleeve top, and I was just ecstatic, and since then I still really enjoy a good bell sleeve. So this is staying with me, and again, I like how it's kind of cropped. This I'm passing on to my sister. This is by Jackson Lennon, and it's like a really beautiful camel color tunic. I bought this for my pregnancy, and now that I'm no longer pregnant, I don't really need it, so I'm gonna pass this on to my sister. I think she'll really enjoy it. She has a bigger build than me, so these kind of pieces just really flatter her. Another thrifted piece, because I thrift everything. This is by Mawa. It's naturally dyed organic cotton, and it's hand woven. I bought this a little while ago, and it is quite a wide shirt. I wanted to see if I could bring it into my tailor and have them make it into maybe like a tank top. It's just very wide, but I love the organic cotton and I love the look of it. I love these buttons that are kind of hidden through here. I have some basics by Gentle Fawn. I just have a bright white t-shirt and then more of a kind of berry mauve. Very soft, casual, basic, something that every closet needs, but I would like to get some more basics. Another basic top, I bought this at a thrift store for my pregnancy because it's quite flowy and it flowed over my belly. What I want to do though is crop this a bit and maybe tie a knot through here for the summertime with some high-waisted shorts. I think that'd be really cute. So I will keep this, but we're gonna do a little bit of a DIY on it, I think. This is by, again, this is by Boob. This is a nursing top. So it has a flap through here, and then there's a space where you can pull out your boob and you can nurse your baby. I don't even really use it too much for the nursing aspect because, again, as long as it's a flowy top, I can just kind of pull it up and down and I can nurse freely. But I love the stripes and I just like the bold kind of collar here. Next, this was quite a splurge for me. I think it was maybe a year and a half ago. This is a beautiful top and I love this knotting through here. It's very baggy and loose, but I like that. I think it's really cute. I'm almost thinking about bringing it into the tailor so she can take off this like lower back part, how it hangs lower, and just make it kind of all straight across. As a shorter, more petite person, if I don't have something that is very symmetrical kind of on both sides of my body, I can look like I'm drowning. So I'm gonna see if she can do something like that, but I really do like this top, so we're keeping it. And then some other casual tops. They're both graphic tops, American Apparel, and it just has a coffee shop logo on it, and I wear that all the time. And this top is by Tentree. Most of my Tentree tops I will use as workout tops, but this one just has a special place in my heart for some reason. And also it has a little bit of a split here, so I can easily just like lift it up and nurse my baby with it, so it's perfect. So we're keeping these so far, and these are my pants. So I have two pairs of Levi jeans. They're both thrifted and one of them is vintage. I believe they're both like the wedgie style or something. So these are just more of a true blue jean, high-waisted, buttons all up the front, and then I always cuff my jeans. And then I have this pair, which I think is also the wedgie jean, and it's quite similar but a lighter wash and a little bit more baggy, so I like to wear a top that's a little more snug to my body when I'm wearing these because they're a little more baggy. And then I have these are not leggings, they're a velvet type of pant. The stitching and seams in here is so cool. We have a seam going right down the middle of the front of the leg. It makes sure that people looking at you wearing these know you're not wearing leggings. I'm not a legging person, never have been, probably never will be, and because of that I don't like to have things in my closet that look like leggings. These are really cool and they're so soft, kind of velvety, again like I said. So this is actually my only dress that I own. This dress is by Aritzia. It's like kind of a wrap dress. It's very form-fitting. It's a really soft, you know, that Aritzia material, and it's just this floral purple, green, gray dress. But I almost feel like I need to take it to the tailor so they can like bring up the sleeves or something because it's getting a little bit too low for my taste, but I do really like this dress. I also have some skirts from Aritzia. This is just a black and gray and it has this great ruching on the side, which I think is really flattering. And this is like a blue gray. It's a little bit more of like a mom pencil skirt, I guess you could say, and it's kind of like that tulip cut, which I still think is really cute and pretty. So again, we're keeping this. I actually think we're gonna keep all of these as well. This was another splurge item of last year. This is by the brand Bella Dal. This is a beautiful, really wrinkled, obviously, maxi skirt. I wore like crazy through the summer. Fits beautifully over a pregnant belly, and then it still looks beautiful, just normal, if you can say that. It's very flowy. It has a lot of slits through here and buttons that just go right down the front. The last three pieces of clothing are actually some trousers. I have a dark gray pair, and I know they look kind of crazy. They kind of are. I think I'm gonna take these into the tailor and see what they can do about them, but you're supposed to wear them like high-waisted. They're vintage and thrifted, and I thought they were kind of super cool. I have the same, but it's in a lighter gray. And then the last one I bought from a local store. These are so cute. These are by Heartloom, and they have a little bit of like a ruffle gathering on the top. It's like an elastic band. There's a tie, and you tie it right here at your hip. They're a little bit shorter, so if you're short like me, they look really, really sweet. And they're like wearing pajamas all the time. I love wearing these to church, paired with this white top. It just kind of looks like that suit and tie, but like woman style. It's really nice. So I'm done going through my wardrobe. I decluttered what I wanted to clutter. I kind of have in my head what I would like to maybe tailor sometime soon. But we have under 40 pieces here, which I'm feeling very good about. I do want to do a little bit more thrifting and see if I can find just some regular basic tops to throw into here that are more like t-shirts and even tank tops, because I realized I don't really have any tank tops. Those would be nice for the spring and summertime for sure. But this is what I have. I know sometimes some people will look at a capsule wardrobe and think, wow, that's still a lot of clothes, but the average person in North America has over 400 pieces of clothing in their closet, if you can actually believe that. So for the fact to have around 30 to 40 items here is very, very realistic and also very, very doable. Let me know in a comment down below, how do you do your wardrobe? Do you have a lot of pieces? Do you have a few pieces? And what color schemes do you usually try to stick with? I want you guys to let me know. So thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!